Today is a very, very special day. And before we do anything, I would like to take a moment to acknowledge all of the heroes that passed away on 9/11. I want to take a moment to acknowledge everyone who is suffering and who are losing their lives in all of the tragedies around the world, both man-made and natural. So can we just take a few seconds of silence to honor the memory of 9/11? Thank you. Now, 9/11 is a very somber day for most of the world, but it is also a celebratory day because it is the birthday of one of my favorite human beings on the planet, and I am so privileged that he's with us today, and that would be Daniel Kahn, live from Berlin, Germany. Shalom Aleichem, Daniel. Was machst du, mein Sohn? How are you, my son?
Aleichem shalom, Alaman. Aleichem shalom, Avi.
Good, good. I'm not going to sing you the Yiddish birthday song. I already sang it to you before. I could not be more proud and honored to have you be a part of our incredible Yiddish Fest. Today is day 5 only. But it feels like it's been going on forever, certainly for me, from 11 o'clock in the morning until 11 o'clock at night. We've been doing programs, 44 events, 189 participants from all over the world, and we're already up to about 23,000 views for all of our events. But the best is yet to come, and you are certainly one of those best. So, Daniel, you're in Berlin. Today's your birthday. You've agreed to do a Yiddish Song Smuggler concert for us, and I couldn't thank you more. Anything you want, everybody that doesn't know you, I just want you to know that this is one of the most talented individuals I've ever met, and I've had the honor of working with him and sharing the stage with him, both as my son Biff in the Yiddish Death of a Salesman, which just blew people away in New York and Toronto. And one of these days, we're going to make a movie of it. I promise. I'm working on it. And if you're out there and you want to help finance the movie, give me a call, send me an email. Also, we shared the stage on at Carnegie Hall. And I've known you for years. You may be most known because of your brilliant interpretation in Yiddish of Leonard Cohen's Hallelujah, which everybody can find on YouTube with 1.7 million views. So, Daniel, thank you. Ashenim and hartzigen Dank. This young man is almost single-handedly promoting this amazing Yiddish culture. And he's a young guy. You know, I'm an old man already, and I've been doing it all my life. But this guy came to it. Daniel, tell us very quickly and then get to the concert. How did you come to Yiddish? How did that happen?
I don't know. Yiddish came to me. I feel like it just sort of attacked me, and then it hasn't let me go for like 20 years. I fell in love with Yiddish song, Yiddish poetry, Yiddish culture, and most of all with the international community of Yiddish artists and culture workers and musicians and teachers years ago, and theater artists. And you know, I love living in this international community, and I'm lucky to have so many wonderful friends and colleagues here in Berlin who are part of this community, and here today in our apartment. First of all, I want to give a shout over, and I want to introduce you to Yeva. Come over. This is my beautiful wife, Yeva Lapsker, who is going to be running the camera, along with Leon Lapsker Kahn. That's Leibke right here. Say hi.
Leibale.
Yes.
Oh yeah, Leibale. You know, that means he's a lion, right?
Oh yeah, I'm not
right.
Rawr.
What a
So
beautiful boy.
yeah,
Mazel
they'll
tov.
be helping out here, and we have on my left here my dear friend from Berlin, well Bremen, who is a bandmate and a colleague and a comrade and a co-conspirator, Christian David, who's going to be playing several wind instruments. He just, yeah. And then later on, we have another couple of very special surprise guests. I won't introduce them yet.
Oh, wow. Okay, I'm excited. So I'm going to go away, and I'm going to let you guys do your thing, and then at the end, we'll come back and schmooze for a little while, all right?
Absolutely.
Beautiful.
Thanks a lot, Af.
Ladies and gentlemen, Daniel Kahn and friends with a special concert just for us, Yiddish song Smuggler. Go.
Chevre, ob Gott wird uns nicht helfen, lo mir sich befreien allein. Ui, lo mir sich zerreißen von die Ketten und lo mir allein zusammengehen. Ui, lo mir sich zerreißen von die Ketten und lo mir allein zusammengehen. Comrades, if God will not help us, let us be free on our own. We'll break all the chains that bind us and travel together alone. We'll break all the chains that bind us and travel together alone. Коль помощи нет под небесами, мы сами свободу найдем. Пределы положим себе сами, и сами вместе мы пойдем. Дорогу проложим себе сами, и сами вместе мы пойдем. Chevre, Gott wird uns nicht helfen, lo mir sich befreien allein. Und lo mir sich zerreißen von die Ketten und lo mir allein zusammengehen. Und lo mir sich zerreißen von die Ketten und lo mir allein zusammengehen. Hartstikke Dank, Geverim Geverimlach, Gevre, Tayare Freund. It's a pleasure to be here with you over such great digital distance. And this first song that Christian and I performed is an old, we like to think of it as an atheist prayer. If God will not help us, let us free ourselves. And it has this wonderful construct, Lo mir allein zusammengehen. Let's go together on our own. Let's be together alone and alone together, which so many of us are in this strange, pestilent time. Incidentally, this song was recorded over 10 years ago by, it's over 100 years old, but in these translations, it was recorded by our dear friend Psoy Korolenko and myself. Our duo, or our project, is called the International, and this recording, the third International, was released just a week ago after 10 years, and the follow-up recording to that, the fourth International, was released today. They're on an Israeli label called Auris Media. There's nothing from that last album that I feel is appropriate to perform today. So please check it out on your own and with a good, grain of salt and maybe a drink. The fourth International, it's out there. And send my love out to Soy Pasha, who is, I believe, in New Jersey. And here's another song that Christian and I have performed a lot. It's an oldie but baddie by Mordechai Gebirtig. We play this song a lot with our band, The Painted Bird. And this is for all of the folks out there who, the millions and millions of folks out there who are not burdened with work, but also not blessed with a living right now. So. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, join the marching jobless corps. No work in the factory, no more manufacturing. All the tools are broken, rusted, every wheel and window busted. Through the city streets we go, idle as a CEO, idle as a CEO. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, join the marching jobless corps. We don't have to pay no rent, sleeping in a camping tent, dumpster diving, don't take money. Every bite we share with 20. Let the yuppies have their wine. Bread and water suit us fine. Bread and water suit us fine. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, join the marching jobless corps. Worked and paid our union dues. What did years of that produce? Houses, cars, and other shit for the rich's benefit. What do workers get for pay? Hungry, broke, and thrown away. Hungry, broke, and thrown away. Oi, 1, 2, 3, 4 Arbeitslose sind in mir, nicht gehört Chadoshim lang. In Fabrik dem Hammerklang, es liegen Keilen, kalt vergessen, so nimmt der Javer sei schon fressen. Gehen mir rum in Gas, wie die Gewirr im Pust und Pass, wie die Gewirr im Pust und Pass. Oi, 1, 2, 3, 4 Arbeitslose sind in mir, jahrelang keine Arbeit schwer, ungeschafft als mehr und mehr. Heiser Schlesser, Städten, Länder, vor a Hefele Verschwender, unser Leunder fahr is wuss, Hunger, Neut und arbeitslos, Hunger, Neut und arbeitslos. 1, 2, 3, 4, pick yourselves up off the floor. Unemployment marches on, so we'll sing a marching song for a land, a world of justice where no boss or cop can bust us. There'll be work for every hand in a new and better land, in a new and better land. Oi, 1, 2, 3, 4, oder so marschieren wir. Arbeitslose tritt noch tritt und wir singen sich ein Lied für ein Land, a Welt an neue, wo es leben Menschen freie. Arbeitslose ist kein Schumhand in dem neuen freien Land, in dem neuen freien Land. Oi, in dem neuen freien Land. Oi, in dem neuen freien Land.
Bravo!
Yeah. So we're calling this Yiddish song smuggling, Yiddish song smugglers. We smuggle songs from one language into another, from one time into another, from one cultural context to another. This is, I guess we'll play now a song that sort of, it has a way of smuggling itself into relevance over and over again. This is an old song by Hirsch Glick. It was written in the 1940s. He was a partisan and a poet in the Vilna ghetto. He wrote the partisan anthem, Zog nicht keinmal as the Geist den letzten Weg. But this is a kind of partisan love song that he wrote for his comrade Vitka. And yeah, this is another one that that we've recorded, and I translated this into English because as much as I care about its original Yiddish context, the song has resonance in many other cultural contexts. And speaking as an American, I think that we definitely have use for powerful Antifa love ballads. So this is an anti-fascist love song. Silent stars are shining o'er you. In the frost your hands are numb. Remember, sweet comrade, how I showed you how a soldier holds her gun. A girl, a coat of fur and leather, holding a pistol in her hand, waiting and watching for the German convoy to come around the bend. Still, die Nacht ist ausgesternt und der Frost hat stark gebrennt. Sie gedenkst du, wie ich hab dich gelernt, halten Speier in die Hand. Amoi, da Pelz und a Beret und halt in Hand fest an a Gan. Amoid mit a Sameten im Ponim, hit op dem Säunes Karawan. She aims her trusty little weapon, breathes and pulls the trigger back. A transport full of ammunition, one shot stops it in its tracks. Gezielt, geschossen und getroffen, hat ihr kleiniger Pistol an Auto aflinken mit Waffen verhalten, hat sie mit den Keul. Dawn she crawls out of the forest with garlands of snow all in her hair. One more little victory for freedom, one more comrade brave and fair. Von Wall Fartog, von Wall gekrochen, mit Schneegirlanden auf die Hohe. Gemutig von Kleininken gezogen, vor unser neuem freien Dorf. Gemutig von Kleininken gezogen, unser neuem freien
Bravo.
Dank, Avi.
Brilliant.
So I think we can do one more song here before we open things up a little further. You didn't get the Arbiter Freuen thing, did you?
I have it here.
Do you have it there?
I have it, but it's not the right order.
It'll be in the right order. If you look in there, there should be a copy of the album that it's on. And I realized in the bag there. I'm speaking to one of our surprise friends here. But we'll do another song first. This is. So that last song was a song of liberation, and so I would like to stay with liberation now. Let's do this. This is a song that many folks know in English, but I did a kind of a ich hab's verteidigt. This is a song by Robert Zimmerman, and it's a very spiritual song and another song of resistance, a song of liberation. It's a song of imprisonment. It's a prisoner's song. And I guess I like to sing this song these days not only because of its resonance with, so many of us who feel a lack of freedom, a lack of mobility, a lack of connection, a lack of community. But I would hope that this experience would make us all more aware of the situation of so many folks for whom this lack of freedom is a regular condition. And this pandemic affects no one more drastically than people who do not have their freedom already. And so I think about the folks who are held in detention in basically concentration camps because they're trying to find a better life for their families that have been torn apart. And all the thousands, the millions of people who are truly in prison. May they find true justice and be released. Die ganze Welt ist voll mit Sonnen und wie ein Jahr ist jede Show. Aber ich gedenk noch jeden Ponnen, was hat mich verschlossen da. Mein Morgensohn wird scheinen, soll die Zeit nicht sein zu weit. Kommt der Tag schon, kommt der Tag schon, ich will sein befreit. Man sagt, ein Mensch darf haben Keue, wenn's wird sein ganze Welt verlernt. Doch ich seh mein Abschein in der Heue, weiter rüber die Wiese Wind. Mein Morgensohn wird scheinen, Zeit nicht sein zu weit. Kommt der Tag schon, kommt der Tag schon, ich will sein befreit. Dort steht der Jad in jener Bande. Lost er euch als gewein. Noch hat mich eingesetzt auf Grande. Meine Schomme ist doch rein. Man Morgensohn wird scheinen. Soll die Zeit nicht sein zu weit. Kommt der Tag schon, kommt der Tag schon, ich will sein befreit. Kommt der Tag schon, kommt der Tag schon, ich will sein befreit.
Oh, bravo, bravo, bravo. Good.
So, while we're talking about Befreiung and feeling of freedom, it's a great feeling of Befreiung for me, a very wonderful, warm, liberating feeling to be able to introduce you to a dear friend of ours who is right here sitting off camera, and she's going to join us for a few songs here. Teure Freund, Sveta Kundish. Oh, I'm hitting all of the microphones. We're gonna. Was willen we spelen? This, that's it. Yeah, that's it. From them. What? This is a song which we know. You know it from Adrian, right?
Yeah.
So Sveta has the. This is a record that we made with the painted bird, but here we have a picture of Adrian Cooper.
Oh,
Kahn, yeah.
lovely Adrian.
He's dearly missed. This is a powerful image of her by Eric Drucker. And this is a powerful song written by David Edelstadt over 100 years ago. You want to say something about it? About the song?
Not sure. I'm not sure what to say.
The song kind of speaks for itself. It's called Zu die Arbeiter freuen, the original poem. We also sing it in English. It's another one that hasn't gotten old.
Right, still relevant.
So let's do it.
Was machen in Haus und Fabrik? Was steht dir von Weitem? Was helft dir nicht beugen? Dem Tempel von Freiheit, von menschlichem Glück. Helft uns tragen dem Banner, dem Reuten, vorwärts erst durch Sturm, durch finstere Nacht, helft uns Wahrheit und Licht zu versprechen, zwischen unwissende Erden der Knecht.
Hardworking women, powerful women, women who labor in factories and homes. Let's join in their fight, for it's only beginning, and no one should stand in the struggle alone. Let us all carry the red flag together, weathering storms in the dark of the night, building a temple of freedom forever, helping each other to carry the light. We'll carry the banner as sisters and brothers, waking the world to the light of the day, as friends and companions, as comrades and lovers. Arbeiter, Freund, show us the way. Von ihr Schmutz zu der Heben, alles opfern, was uns ist lieb, kämpfen zusammen wie mächtige Leben, für Freiheit, für Gleichheit, für unser Prinzip. So, Hashem Dank. That one was definitely for Adrian. Sie fällt uns noch.
Yeah.
And it's been 9 years. So, I would like to broaden the circle a little bit here. We have another dear friend in the house. And one of my oldest friends. We've known each other for over 20 years, well over 20. We've been following each other through life and around the world, around the globe, and yeah, it's a privilege to know and to work with this fella, and he's very dear to us in many different ways. Is euch ihre Achossen und a baby tate, a tate, a kommendike tate. So, teure Freund Patrick. So those of you on the other side of the pond may be alarmed at our physical proximity. We are what you call a quarantine. The 5 or 6 of us have been in. We've been sharing germs for several months.
For half a year or more.
And so that situation brought us together several months ago, and we made a song, not an album, a song and a video. Everyone who's here in this room, along with our friend Vivian Zeller, of a song that Sveta brought to our attention via our good friend and Chaver Kolya Borodulin, and via him and via Jane Pepler, who brought this song to the attention of the world through her research and recording. You want to say it? You want to say something about it, Svea?
Yeah, I took a Yiddish class from the Arbiterring, and Kolya Baradulin brought the song to the class, and I was very impressed how relevant the song is today, over 100 years later. So the same night, we had the Shabbos dinner here with Dan and Yeva and Leo, and I just showed them the song, and Patty was also with us. So everybody got very, very impressed, very touched, and we decided to do something about that. And working on the recording, working on the video was a real pleasure. It's like this feeling of friends coming together and doing something very relevant in this particular moment. I will only add that my parents are recovering from Corona right now in Israel, and I feel extremely lucky that they fought and they got over it, and they are on the way out. So I want to, wanted to mention them, because this song is not just one of those, you don't just think about those people in the world. Some people you don't necessarily know. It really affected our family and has a new meaning for me since then. So here it is. Gora schreckliche Mageife geht von Land zu Land, mit der Schnellkeit von a Sreife, von a Feuerbrand.
Machtlos ist dem Menschen Sinnen, es bleibt die Chochme still. Es ist kein Mittel zu gewinnen gegen a Bazil.
Mikroben, Bazillen, was willt ihr? Sagt wem es Scheliches, der fehlt ihr. Ihr fresst die Korbones, Corona Rachmanes, in bliende Leben, nur zielt ihr.
Ihr bohrt sich in Tränen von Weine, ihr zieht euch dem Mark von die Beine, ihr samt die Gederim, ihr kriechende Weirim, Mikroben, Bazillen, was willt ihr?
In die Lungen tief begroben, wo in die blasse Pest, die Bazillen, die Mikroben, boien sehr Nest, fressen unser Leib und Leben, fruchtbaren sich weg, und wir müssen selbst verschweben, vor der Zeit weg.
Und wir fühlen, wie wir gehen, still und langsam aus, und die Schmerzen und die Wehen sind schrecklich groß, und die finstere Machschowes größer in dem Schmerz. Joren liegt der Malchamoves tief bei uns in Herz.
Mikroben, Bazillen, was willt ihr? Sagt wem es Scheliches, der fehlt ihr.
Ihr fresst die Korbones, Corona
Rachmanes, in bliende Leben, nur zielt ihr. Ihr bohrt sich in Tränen von Weinen, ihr zieht aus dem Mark von die Beine, ihr samt die Gederim, ihr kriechende Weirim, Mikroben, Bazillen, was willt ihr?
Vampiren und zu leben gut. Unser Pratze sehr Bieren, trinken unser Blut.
Und verschleppen in die Sumpen unser Reuk im Kopf. Oh, ihr niederliche Lumpen, euch halt kein Sach ob.
Unsere Krippelte und heute fallen da und dort. Neue Läden, so ein Gegräte, viel Neues dem Ort. Und in Größe, Tiefe, Quor, im Parkman, leiches viel. Und die Herrscher, die Kaisorin, spielen Schachmattspiel.
Mikroben, Bazillen, was willt ihr?
Sagt wem es Schliches, der fehlt hier.
Fresst die Korbones, Corona Rachmanes, in bliende Leben nur zielt ihr.
Ihr bot sich in Tränen von Weinen. Ihr zieht euch dem Mark von die Beine. Santige Deirim, ihr kriechende Weirim, Mikroben, Bazillen, was willt ihr?
Mikroben, Bazillen, was willt ihr? Sagt wem es Schliches, der fehlt ihr. Ihr fresst die Korbones, Corona Rachmanes, ihr bliende Leben, nur zielt ihr. Ihr bat sich in Tränen von Weinen, ihr zieht aus dem Mark von die Beine. Ihr samtige Deirim, ihr kriechende Weirim, Mikroben, Bazillen, was willt ihr?
Wow. Bravo. Bravo.
So it should be mentioned that this song was written in 1916 about the current situation. So I think we have time to do one more song. And we would love to do a... maybe here, let's switch spots. And then... Sorry,
I'm taking a lot of space these
there's we're actually 5 people in front of the camera and 2 behind us. So this is a song by the great Soviet guitar poet Bulat Akujava, and it's a very beautiful song called Gruzinskие песни, which I translated many years ago into English, and it's part of a project of English translations, all of songs by Bulat Akujava. The translations I worked on with many of my dear friends who are native Russian speakers, including my wife Yeva. And it was via one of these songs that Yeva and I met 4 years ago at the Jewish Museum. And then 2 years ago, 2 years and 3 days ago, we married at the Jewish Museum in a beautiful ceremony, which was officiated or blessed with the mind and voice and heart and soul of actually everyone who's in this room was there, and a big part of it. Patty organized all of the music. Christian played much of the music. The only one here who wasn't there was Lev. And Sveta, who is also a chazan, she is also a cantor. She, along with our friends Michael Alpert and Psoy Korolenko, at the chuppah, she sang this song. And she sang the Yiddish translation by our friend Yuri Vedenyapin. So we're going to do a mixture of all of the languages here. And I want to dedicate it to my Kala, who is on the other side of the camera. This is the Georgian Song by Bula Takojava.
Will verpflanzen a Weingarten, kuschen die grünige Blättlach und versammeln die Freund auf a Sude in warmen Ton und die Wörter von Kiddisch herausreden klindeftig, zärtlich, weil in dem liegt der Tachlis von Leben erzählt wie Amor. Ich verbett euch zu sich, meine Freunde, was zu der Freie. Kommt und sagt mir in Pony mal rein, was ist schwach, was ist wohl. Lass mir betten dem Taten im Himmel und sagen Lechaim. Weil in dem liegt der Tachlis von Leben erzählt wie Amor.
I will bury the seed of a grape in the warmth of the garden, and I'll suckle the vine and I'll pluck at the clusters of pearls. To my friends I will open my heart and then beg of their pardon. For why else am I destined to dwell in this undying world? Come and gather my comrades and join in the banquet before you. Tell me straight to my face what you see when my robe is unfurled. And Father in heaven, forgive me my sins, I implore you. For why else am I destined to dwell in this undying world?
Виноградную косточку в теплую землю зарою, и лозу поцелую, и спелые гроздья сорву, и друзей созову, на любовь свое сердце настрою. А иначе зачем на земле этой вечной живу? Собирайтесь-ка, гости мои, на мое угощение. Говорите мне прямо в лицо, кем пред вами слыву. Царь Небесный пошлет мне прощение за прегрешение. А иначе зачем на земле этой вечной живу?
Crimson, my darling will dance for me, singing and sighing. All her colorless rags will collapse at her feet as she twirls. I will listen enchanted and know that of love I am dying. For why else am I destined to dwell in this undying world?
И как когда заклубится закат по углам заметая, пусть опять и опять предо мной проплывут наяву синий буйвол и белый орел и форель золотая. А иначе зачем на земле этой вечной живу? Синий буйвол и белый орел и форель золотая, weil in dem liegt der Tachlis von Leben hat sind wie Amor.
Ay, 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 bravo! Oh, so beautiful.
Ich will geben einen herzlichen Dank euch alle, was haben gemacht, möglich, als eine große globale digitale Simche. Und einen herzlichen Dank Christian David on the clarinet and on the flute. Patrick Farrell on the accordion. I want to thank Sveta Kundish for her beautiful voice and for sharing this. This is a beautiful birthday. And I want to thank Yeva Lapsker and Leon Lapsker Kahn.
And happy birthday, Danny.
It's
happy birthday. Thank you for inviting us.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you, everybody.
And thank you for joining us.
Bravo, Daniel. Thank you, everybody. Oh my God, that was one of the greatest concerts I've seen in ever. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. You know what? This is the silver lining, Daniel, of this horrible, horrible COVID. Is that it's opened up the doors to make possible this kind of an international virtual celebration of Yiddishkeit and Yiddish language and culture and music. And I'm so honored. You've given me the greatest birthday present by doing this for us, because, man, you are one of the greatest. I can't even express how much I love you. Thank you.
Well,
thank you.
Thank you, Avi. You know, it's this. You know, there's always something. You know, Theo Beckel used to say that, you know, we are not a people of nostalgia; we are a people of memory. And I think that one of the things that touches me most deeply about the work that so many of our friends and colleagues do with Yiddish is how haunted it is in a very positive and inspiring way. Right. Haunted by memory and also forward-looking. I don't know, maybe there is something about this strange time of so much deep adversity and suffering and injustice where our sense of memory, cultural memory and historical memory really is a tool that arms us to deal with the world, and you know, I'm so inspired by seeing, you know, all of these events that have been happening online. Sure. In our virtual shtetl have been so inspiring to me, you know, and so many people are putting in so much work, and it's something that I really hope continues to flourish, and I hope that people can continue to support this kind of work, because it really is, as much as it is art and expression and culture, it is work. It's hard work. And
right.
Yeah.
Well, and that's why I wanted desperately to make sure that everything we did was free to the public. Because, you know, nowadays especially, people are in trouble. I have so many friends in the theater who have lost all their work. We've lost all our work. I know, you know, we had to cancel, 20, 25 gigs after COVID started. And we had to find ways to, you know, now we're finding new ways. We're evolving. And so, all of you out there who just watched this amazing concert for free, if you have a spare couple of bucks, go to our website and donate, and we'll do more. And we'll bring more and more. Daniel, before I let you go, because I know it's your birthday and you want to go celebrate. First of all, I was blown away by some of the choices. And the reason I think I'm so blown away by what you chose is many of these songs were written over a century ago, and certainly in the last century. And I'm shocked and amazed at how relevant it all is today. The Mikroben song. Mikroben, for those of you out there who don't understand the Mamelush, means microbes. And so it's a song about a magef, it's a song about a plague, it's a song about, the draining of your marrow from your bones. Can you talk a little bit about your revelations of the relevance of Yiddish language, culture, music, literature for today's world?
Well, I was always struck by the deep modernism of Yiddish poetry, Yiddish song tradition. It is a modern culture. It's a modern language that grew up with the modern age. And I don't really sing many songs that I don't feel have some relevance today. I mean, as much as I'm no fan of the Russian Tsar, I'm not singing. When I sing a song about the Russian Tsar, it's not because I have some bone to pick with 19th century Russian imperial politics. It's because we live, as the song says, und die Herrscher, die Kaisorim spielen Schachmattspiel. The rulers, these vampiric, venal, exploitative, corrupt, tyrannical rulers, these modern czars, they, play their little games while people are dying. And as much as that was probably true in 1916 when it came to polio or tuberculosis, it's more true now. I'm not really, in that regard, I'm only interested in the relevance, in the contemporary relevance of this material.
Right.
And
it's not just, it's about the workers. It's about the social situations. It's about, the lack of compassion, the lack of, it's just amazing to me as we've been doing all of these different events, and especially our liberation commemoration events, because part of our festival is all about celebrating the end of World War II, the liberators of the camps, the Holocaust survivors that are still left, and those today who are fighting COVID-19 and trying to liberate us from that, horrible situation. The frontline workers, the essential workers, without whom we would all be, goners. I'm amazed. The relevance of Yiddish language, culture, and how it is now being rediscovered by a new generation like you and people like Josh Dolgan and Michael Winograd and the Yid Life Crisis Boys in Montreal. It's amazing. I'm just, I've been doing this for a long time. I'm quite a bit older than you are, and I started professionally when I was 10. So I've been doing this for 52 years professionally in the Yiddish theater. And I never imagined that I would see this kind of a renaissance. And it's not just local anymore, it's global. And so I am beyond thankful for people like you and all the others that have participated and all the others that couldn't participate this time but will participate next time. Anna Sternish and Psoy Korolenko and all these amazing talents. That project that you did with them, Yiddish Glory. Oh my God, I remember sitting there watching the concert.
That's an amazing program. I think you're talking about the Zemmer project also.
Yes, I'm sorry, the Zemmer project. That's right, the Zemmer project.
But both of those projects, and so many of the projects that so many of our friends and colleagues are involved in, right, they do have to do with this old material, but it's always contemporary. It's always relevant, And even this Menschenfresser song, I remember I was talking with our friend Michael Alpert, and he said, "Oh yeah, I found that song in the archives in the in the 70s or something." And he says, it didn't really speak to me then. It didn't really feel relevant. And so we said, well, yeah, if an old depressing Yiddish song doesn't feel relevant, just wait.
Yeah, and that's the beauty of Yiddish. It's always going to come back around. And they've been you know what I find fascinating also is that they've been predicting the death of Yiddish for 1,000 years, ever since it started. 300 years ago, there was a Jewish historian who said within 10 years, Yiddish will be dead. He's dead. And here we are. And he was Jewish too. Good. What's noch, Daniel? You want to tell us what else you're working on?
No, I would just say, I wish you all health and all, and a gesund a süß Jahr, I wish good health and good a herzlichen Gruß der Mamen. Miriam is a dear friend of so many of us here and a teacher. And from Yeva also. Yeah. So,
she is with us.
Gesund.
Yeah. Ashenim and herzlichen Dank. Daniel, again, I thank you from the bottom of my heart for participating in our festival. Happy birthday, Azisen, Geburtstag, Sind und Stark. And you've given us the greatest present. So thank you.
Ashenim Dank. Bleib gesund.
Ja, und wir wollen reden, was Gicher, ja?
Ja, allavai.
Let's go make a movie of Death of a Salesman. Let's go.
Hey, from
in Yiddish.
From Dan Moyle.
Allavai. We're working on it.
That was a dream for me to do, and so I'd love to keep doing it.
Likewise.
Okay.
Every night when I held your face in my hands, it brought tears to my eyes, and I loved every second of working with you on the stage. So thank you.
Thank you, Avi. Yeah, it was one of the hardest jobs I ever had, and it was rewarding every night. I mean, how personal that play was for me, and that was a very, very positive. Yeah. Good. Beautiful time. So.
Thank you. Go have a fun time. Go have a good dinner. Give my regards to Berlin, and we'll see you again soon. All right? Seid gesund und stark, Chevre.